Good morning. Today we're going to be moving on to the next section in our structures of life for science, and we're moving on to the sprouting seed. This is the first lesson of three. We're going to be talking about, again, how living things are organisms. And today we're going to talk about the claim, which is a statement that seeds are living plants in a resting or dormant stage. And what's one way that we can prove this? Well, we prove things by issuing hypotheses or claims and then investigating them. And so we are going to be through this section of the lessons, we're going to be completing an investigation. And an investigation usually starts with a question. So, what do you think would happen if we just watered seeds instead of planting them in the soil? Do you think they would grow? Why or why not? Think about your answer before we move on. So, our focus question is, what effect does water have on seeds? Now, this would be day one, which, if we were at school, that would be the day that we would set up our investigation. This is an example of the seeds that we would have used if we were in school. So, one of the teachers on our team actually set this up at home. You could actually replicate this experiment, this investigation with materials that you have in your house. You might have some of these exact items, such as popcorn or beans or sunflower seeds or apple seeds. I know in my house, I usually have like red beans or dried black beans, things like that. So we're going to use these samples right here. And the next step that this teacher did was she sorted them. Whoops, I went two steps ahead. She sorted them into an ice cube tray. So that's a tray that has specific dividers, and sorted them by type. And each type, like seeds, are kept together. And then the next step is to add 1 milliliter of water to each little divider, each little area, and continue adding 1 milliliter of water each day. Now, what do you think will happen? You're going to make a prediction. What do you think will happen to the seeds and the water over the next few days? You're going to use an attached Google Doc. It's attached to this assignment in Classroom to make your prediction. You're going to remember to include the reasons for your hypothesis, and you want to frame your statements. Your couple of sentences that you use, make sure you have a capital at the beginning of your sentence and you have punctuation at the end. Frame your sentence in the following format. I think that the water will whatever. I think that the seed will whatever, because, and explain to me your reason why. So you're going to make your prediction and then have some type of justification for your prediction. Don't forget to click turn in or submit when you're finished. I can't wait to hear about your predictions. That's this lesson. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to see what happens later in our investigation. And then we're going to summarize our conclusions, and we're going to see if our claim makes sense.